It's new tonight. 2025 was a big year for politics nationwide, and the same happened in Michigan. As 2025 comes to a close, political reporter Remington Hernandez takes a look back at the biggest stories of the year.
Whether it happened here at the state capitol or elsewhere in Michigan, politics dominated the headlines with stories that had ramifications well beyond 2025.
Topping the list, the state budget showdown. After a return to divided government, there was a months-long impasse. Lawmakers took negotiations down to the wire and passed two deadlines, but in the early hours of October 1st, they narrowly avoided a shutdown of state government not seen since 2009. Leaders on both sides felt they got something in the end. A piece of that budget takes another spot on our list. The 24% marijuana wholesale tax set to take effect on the 1st. Money collected from the tax will be used on road projects. The cannabis industry, however, sued, arguing the tax went around what voters approved in 2018 and that business could be impacted. A judge allowed the tax to proceed, but the industry is appealing. Next up, another funding fight, as the State House Appropriations Committee cut nearly $645 million in work projects with a rarely used mechanism. They argued that many of the cut programs were wasteful, fraudulent, or abusive. Democrats and some Republicans in the Senate criticized the move, noting the impact on projects expecting to get that money. We stay in the legislature focusing on the back and forth over 9 bills passed by both chambers but kept from the governor's desk by House Republicans. Several of those bills relate to cutting health care and retirement costs for public servants and allowing corrections workers on the Michigan State Police retirement plan. The Democrat-controlled Senate sued the House, and a court eventually ruled the bills must be sent. The House is appealing. And closing out our list, the bipartisan compromise on the minimum wage and paid leave. The terms of a ballot proposal were set to go into effect in February, as approved after the state Supreme Court ruled changes made by the legislature were unconstitutional. Under the bill, the minimum wage will raise to $15 by 2027, but the sub-minimum wage for tipped workers remained, albeit raised to 50% by 2031. Businesses with fewer than 10 employees will have to provide 5 days of paid leave as well. Bigger companies must provide 9.
2026 is set to be an even bigger year politically here in Michigan, as voters will elect a new U.S. Senator, and every congressional and state office, including governor, is up for grabs. So stay tuned. At the Capitol in Lansing, I'm Remington Hernandez reporting.